Well, they're the most talked about pairing since Brad and Ange, or Brad and Jen. For Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, what began as a blind date and brief courtship resulted in a globally televised wedding, a baby, and one very public move to California.
In his new book, Meghan Misunderstood, leading celebrity biographer Sean Smith profiles the Hollywood star who became the Duchess of Sussex. He details the life of the young actress and activist who found great success before landing her royal role, revealing the powerful story of how a self-made millionaire with a strong social conscience changed the noble narrative forever. Author Sean Smith joins us live now out of London. Welcome to the show.
Good to be here, and thank you for that build-up. I want to go out and buy the book.
Yes. Now, we've learned a heck of a lot about Meghan's earlier years through the lens of her estranged family, of course, and the tabloids. Paint a picture, in your opinion, of exactly the type of person Meghan was before Harry.
Okay, she certainly had a voice before Harry. She had a role for UN Women as a global ambassador, for World Vision Canada as a global ambassador. She'd been to Rwanda raising funds for water. She'd spoken at a women's conference and got a standing ovation led by the Secretary General of the UN. This was a woman of substance, but you wouldn't have known it from the way her arrival on the royal scene was covered by the media in the UK. She was Harry's hottie, Harry's girl, so patronising for a woman in her mid-30s who, as you said in your introduction, was already a millionaire, had already done these good things. One thing I would like to say is she wasn't Mother Teresa. I wouldn't want anybody to think that this is just a boring do-gooder. She had another side to her, which she showed in her online blog, The Tig. She was very much into fashion, into food. And one of the things I've always liked about her was that she said, you don't have to ignore femininity to be a feminist. And
I did read a quote once about just how intelligent she was. In a room full of royals, all of them put together, and she'd still be more intelligent than all of them put together.
On the Royal Intelligence Scale.
On the Royal Intelligence Scale.
I didn't read that, but she is a very intelligent woman. She went to Northwestern in the US, where at one stage she was going to go into diplomacy as a career. Yeah. And it went into acting. She studied all the great black novelists and was a very switched-on young woman. Yes. Aware of her own identity.
Yeah. Now, something we don't know a lot about was her first marriage to TV and film producer Trevor Engelson. Met in 2004, married 2011, divorced in 2013. What makes that split different to you than the other 12.5 million people relationships that broke down in 2013 around the world?
Well, people's relationships run their course, don't they? They were separated by many thousands of miles between Toronto and Los Angeles. He was in Los Angeles, doing very well as a producer and as an agent. And her career was on the up when she joined Suits in Toronto. They drifted apart. It happens.
So Harry and Meghan met in 2016. She was the first outsider with this sort of established career and public success to enter into the royal family. She was already so well established. I was going to ask, does it help or hinder her? I think I know the answer.
Well, it hindered her, really, because she was still treated as if she was some sort of 19-year-old starlet, which she clearly wasn't. And we all admire the great things that Diana did in her life, but she joined the royal family at 19, or was a teenager. So Meghan was altogether a different sort of woman by the time she came into the royal family, but she wasn't treated in a proper fashion, in my opinion. Yeah. There seems to be this way of depicting and treating royal women, as I say in the book, royal Stepford wives. I think that volume.
OK, now the new series of The Crown started this week, and the royal family clearly do not like this. Do you think the Sussexes' mega deal with Netflix will drive a further wedge between them and the palace?
I think it's impossible to speculate. I think it's a great deal with Netflix. I'm excited for them. But until we actually know what they're going to do, it's just speculation, which, of course, the press and the media love to do where Meghan and Harry are concerned. It's always an unnamed source, isn't it? An insider, but actually it's probably people who don't really know very much.
In your opinion, this is just your opinion, do you think Meghan and Harry will get their happily ever after? Because it would seem almost insurmountable what they're going to have to overcome to get through this.
Well, I'm not sure it is insurmountable. I think they are becoming global people. Meghan, let's not forget, and I think this is one of the problems that she faced in the UK, is an American woman. She was treated as an other because of her ethnicity, her colour, her gender, and her profession and her nationality. It's like everything, she was treated as another. So I think they're through it already. They've got this super deal with Netflix. They talk about things that matter to them. And when hopefully we come through the pandemic crisis globally, they can, move forward with more of the things they want to move forward with.
Yeah.
I think one of the things, I just wanted to say that one of the things we seem to do a lot is we shoot the messenger. And basically what Meghan has to say is what any person of sensitivity and sensibility would want in the world. It's not rocket science.
Interesting, though, that Meghan was treated as an other, but now they've moved and Harry has to live out the rest of his life now as an other. So one of them has to give up something, don't they, if they're to get their happily ever after.
I don't agree with you that Harry is being treated as another. I think they are very much a couple. They are clearly together. They make their own decisions. One of the things that I think must be exasperating for Harry is that in some way it's considered that Meghan led him by the hand abroad.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case. That is not the case.
Sean, we are right out of time. We're deeply troubled that the way you say it's impossible to speculate, because we've been speculating about them for about 13 years and it's served us really well. So we'll just continue to speculate. But in the meanwhile, it was nice to talk to you this morning.
Great pleasure.
Thank you, Sean.
Sean Smith's new book is called Meghan Misunderstood. It is out now, and stay tuned for some more royal speculation for the next 5 to 10 years.